on the campus. This presentation essentially is a pictorial journey about buildings, how we conceived them and how we constructed them, and we'll also give you an insight about what happens when we plan public infrastructure at this level. So essentially it started with a piece of land in the year 2003 when government decided that we should set up more AIIMS. There was only one AIIMS in 1956. Today we have a total of 21 AIIMS in different parts of the country. From 2003 it took up to 2009 to actually get a map and put some buildings on the map. It requires commitment and it requires vision if you want to speed up things. But finally, a lot of beginnings happened in the year 2010 and a lot of construction happened thereafter from 2010 till now it is continuing, but a major part was completed by 2013 and 2014. Eventually, we had a shape of things to come in 2012 when this institute was established, and these are pictures which are historic pictures at that point of time. You would be visiting hospital. These are two images of the hospital taken as an aerial view. If you would see, there is a building which has number of squares and rectangles on this map, and these squares and rectangles are how this building is organized. Overall, this building is a 5-story building if you count from -1 above, and it has various components to it. So when we navigate hospital, we have an exterior part of the hospital which are entries to the hospital, trauma and emergency, outpatients, public services, and another outpatient for oncology. And there's an inner aspect of the building which essentially hosts IPD blocks, laboratory blocks, academic blocks, operation theaters, and so on and so forth. There has been a continual expansion. So in addition to what was there previously, there are new parts which we are consciously adding. Firstly, you will find a green square between every courtyard. So these are green areas which are created inside the building. I'm sure you will visit some of them and will realize that we are trying to be as close to environment as possible. There are additional green areas which are created wherever the spaces allow us to. There are some yellow areas which are expansion of the building which is currently taking place. You will find certain construction activities taking at certain areas. And we have a huge parking space which has been constructed in front of the hospitals. You will find a lot of construction still happening, not because the original building is incomplete, but by the time we reach in 2023, there is a continual need for development of the building space. In between, you will find a red building, which is an AIIMS building. AIIMS stands for Indian System of Medicine, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. This is an area where we are integrating Indian system of medicine to the traditional Western medicine, and we have integrated clinics which are running in this part of the building. Currently, we are sitting in an academic area of the institute where we have number of buildings, including this building where we are sitting currently. Adjacent to it, we have another building which is the nursing college, a library, and a huge auditorium. These are older pictures, but these were still in the year 2012-2013, and this is what has happened at this point of time. In addition to creating this academic infrastructure, you would also find that we are also creating number of green areas around these buildings. So we have a huge green area at the back side. We have green areas between this building and AIIMS, and we have number of green areas around the auditorium. Greenery makes things more lively and more environmental friendly. We are in process of converting our electricity into solar, and I think I'll be welcoming any one of you who comes maybe 6 months or 8 months later, we would have converted lighting, most of it, to solar energy. So these are snapshots of some of the green areas which you can see around the academic building. This is the park which is at the back side, and green areas around the auditorium and between the nursing college and this building. This is a library. I'm not sure if you will be visiting the library area, but it's a separate building where we have created state-of-the-art infrastructure, not only connecting it to the electronic resources, but also a good learning environment. Last part on this part of the campus are the hostels. Total we have around 1,500 rooms for students of medicine as well as nursing to stay in these hostels,